All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm going to be pretty much picking up where I left off on the Google local service ads, guys, from the other live stream. I think it was Wednesday. But pretty much, I'm going to show you guys another example on how you can actually make more, not just revenue, but profit using Google local service ads. Now, I'm going to compare regular Google search ads, which are still good. I'm not totally trashing regular Google ads, search ads, display ads, stuff like that. But I do think for service-based businesses, for the most part, it does make more sense to use Google LSA, right? So what I want to do, and I'll share my screen in a second, is I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like. I have a blank canvas here on Canva, and I really just want to show you guys how, in my opinion, the whole Google search ads GSA, excuse my handwriting, but this is what we'll do, versus LSA, right? LSA. I don't know why the L's are like that, but we're going to roll with it. So let me break down something. Let's just say we have a plumbing business, right? We have a plumbing business. Now, from the plumbing business, let's just say we were able to get let me see here. Let me do some quick math here. So if we were doing, let's just say we were able to get, 100 clicks, right? So we were able to get 100 clicks for Google search ads. And of these 100 clicks, we were able to get, let's just say, roughly about, I don't know, maybe 10 legitimate leads, right? Now, the other thing to consider is let's also say that there was a $10 cost per click out of this. So 100 clicks times 10 is 1,000. So we spent $1,000 here, right? So here we go. So we spent $1,000 here. And let's just say we were able to get 10 leads. Of this, maybe we were able to book 5 calls. And let's just say we were able to get 3 new clients, right? 3 new clients, right? And let's just say, guys, with this type of business, with a plumbing business, I don't own a plumbing business, but I'm just saying, let's just say for the most part, each service, I don't know, what would it normally run? $500, maybe some other expensive jobs. It's closer to like several $1,000s. Let's just say for the average, it's 500, right? And as you guys can do math, we have $1,500 in revenue, right? But then you also have to factor in the $1,000 that we spent already on the ads. So not including the service, maybe it is to pay a tech, your profit is 500, right? So $500 profit. So essentially you are getting a half or a 0.5 ROAS, right? Which, if I'm being honest, is not that good because you're not really seeing an investment. You're seeing half of your money come back through this. So essentially you put $1,000 out, you get 500 back in profit. I don't like that model. I like to have more profit. So let's switch over to the LSA here and make a little different example, right? So LSA, the nice thing about LSA is you're paying per lead, right? So let's use the same example. Let's say we have 10 leads here, right? 10 leads. And let's just say, and let's ask ChatGPT here, because I don't know how much it's going to cost. What's an average cost per lead for Google LSA for plumbers? Roughly, right? And it's going to say $25 cost per lead, right? So, yeah, I mean, let's just say $25. Let's make it easy, right? So 10 leads, 25 bucks total spend. And you guys probably already know where I'm going with this, but $250, right? $250 in spend, right? Now, using the same example, 10 leads, we're able to generate 5 scheduled calls, and then we're able to actually book 3 clients at 500 per job for a total of 1,500 in revenue, right? Now we have to factor in, right, that maybe outside of paying a tech to do the work, right, your profit on this is $1,250, right? $1,250, yeah, $1,250. So, and as you guys can imagine, let me just do some quick math here. 12 divided by. So this is quite literally, guys, a 5x return on ad spend, right? Return on ad spend. So you have to think about this, guys. And let me, can I move my, yeah, I guess let me move it up there. You have to think about it, guys. You put $250 in, you generate $1,500 in revenue, and then you essentially generate $1,250 in profit. Now, again, it's not technically net profit; it's gross profit, simply because we're talking about before costs of goods, like the actual cost to do the service. Maybe you have to pay a tech $250, and then your profit drops down to $1,000, which is still a 4x ROI. In this case, if you're paying a tech $250, you're essentially getting a 1/4 or a 0.25 ROAS, but I don't want to get into the technical side. You guys know where I'm going with this, is if you're a service-based business, now you can see mathematically, and again, excuse my handwriting, but I'm just doing this off of my cursor. Think of how just better this is, truthfully. How much more profit can you generate from doing LSA, a PPL, pay per lead model, rather than a PPC, pay per click model, right? So guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. I think this is a great opportunity to start LSA if you don't have anything generated yet. With that being said, if you guys want to do yourself a favor, call me at 215-607-6482 to learn more about this. I can give you more education on this, as well as send me an email at sean@needmomentum.com. With that being said, guys, I really appreciate the time. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Hit subscribe, turn on post notifications. With that being said, gang, have a great start of the weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.